Hello, people. Gen Xer here. Actually, I have an article on from RT. It's a Max Blumenthal article. Weapons of mass suppression. Russiagate now used to target any dissent in the U.S. That's an interesting article. I'll go ahead and run it by you here. Calls from U.S. lawmakers to designate anti-American Al Jazeera as a foreign agent shows how Russiagate real aim is to suppress any viewpoint that challenges the mainstream narrative, journalist Max Blumenthal has warned, which means really like the real left, anything that's left of center in the most part, because it isn't right wing. I mean, they had gone after some right wing outlets as well, but um, they're trying to pretend like basically that the Bernie Sanders movement never happened, and all of us got duped by a foreign power. Some Russians obviously duped us into voting for somebody that has a better platform, evidently. So anyway, here we go. Hysteria about Russia's alleged ability to manipulate social media, news cycles, and even 2 billion presidential elections serves as a general weapon of mass suppression, which enables a war on alternative media and narratives outside the establishment. Of course, particularly on social media, Blumenthal says in an interview with the Real News Network, Congressmen call for a foreign agent tag for Al Jazeera as it digs into pro-Israel lobby. Asked about recent calls by members of Congress for Al Jazeera to register as foreign agent for its anti-American and anti-Semitic programming, Blumenthal pointed out that Russiagate has created a climate of politicized paranoia in which it is now acceptable to stigmatize and even silence voices that challenge the establishment line. That was the whole point of Russiagate, Blumenthal said, marveling at the mainstream media's near unanimous praise for shady projects such as Propernaut and Hamilton 68. Blumenthal said that 2017 saw the reintroduction of the blacklist, in which self-appointed Russian disinformation watchdogs have already identified dozens of alternative media outlets as Kremlin disinformation vehicles. Can I say we're all too dumb to heaven forbid we actually vote for somebody based on their platform? Did they ever think of that? But anyway, I'll continue. Without providing evidence or even criteria for making such claims of them as being Kremlin disinformation vehicles. No evidence, of course not. We all know this. I mean, it's not like rocket science to figure this stuff out. I mean, I watched the news the other day over my girlfriend's house, and it was so comically hilarious to even watch. Max or Stephen Colbert and stuff having Oprah on there, and oh yeah, Oprah 2020, I'm with her, rehashing the same slogan that Hillary used that obviously works so well. But let me continue with this article here about the so-called disinformation network from Al Jazeera now being targeted. Ultimately, Russiagate is about science silencing the inconvenient viewpoints, regardless of whether they have anything to do with Russia, Blumenthal argued. There is an attempt at suppressing everything that's outside the establishment narrative. These are just open platforms that the rest of the establishment, whether it's the Jeb Bush establishment or the Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama establishment, seek to destroy because it did so much damage to them in 2016, and they can't allow that to happen again. He said, noting that RT and Al Jazeera are among the few large media organizations which allow him to speak critically about Israel and its treatment of the Palestinians. So now you see how the connection is between the Israeli lobby getting that free money every year. Not only that, but building settlements since the last How many decades have they been building settlements and taking away their land gradually, more and more and more, leaving with less and less? I mean, if somebody took away part of your property and kept taking away more and more and more, wouldn't you want to like throw a pipe bomb at their house or, you know? I mean, they're obviously neither one of these guys. I'm for a two-state solution, so I mean, neither one of them been perfect to each other. They both been, you know, kind of like going at it with each other. But Israel being the bigger, even in some cases, the bigger aggressor. But anyway, let's get back to this. That's why they're putting the pressure on Silicon Valley as well, and that's why the blacklist has come back, and that's how Russiagate connects to Palestine, because anyone in Palestine solidarity depends on alternative media for oxygen to get actual coverage of some of the abuses, that it's not just the Palestinians, it's also the Israelis. Senators and members of Congress sending bipartisan letter to Attorney General Jeff Sessions on March 6, 2018, calling for an investigation for whether Al Jazeera should register as a foreign agent. On Wednesday, a group of congressmen called for Al Jazeera to be designated a foreign agent for its anti-American, anti-Semitic broadcasts. The bipartisan letter addressed to Attorney General Jeff Sessions coincided with the announcement that the Qatar-funded broadcaster was releasing a film on Israeli lobbying in the United States. So, some 400 entities and individuals are currently registered as foreign agents under the 1938 Foreign Agents Registration Act. Until recently, this list contained only a handful of foreign media outlets operating in the United States. Threatened with asset freezes and arrests, a company servicing RT America was forced to register under the law in November. So they're basically trying to starve them for money, or at least threatening them to. So, like I said, I mean, I'm for a two-state solution. You can obviously see where the Israeli lobby is coming from. It's part of the reason why they're trying to push for this. I mean, RT had nothing, or I mean, excuse me, Al Jazeera had nothing to do with the election. They still haven't even proved anything about the Russians outside of like what, a dozen Twitter bots affecting where they spent billions of dollars on both sides of Trump and Hillary, both from the mainstream media outlets, you know, in airtime, ads, not to mention the ads that they spent. So I mean, they really think we're probably the dumbest form of life as far as the United States voter for, I mean, pushing this garbage on us. I mean, I literally saw Megyn Kelly on TV last night pushing about, you know, pressuring Putin, whatever it was called. I didn't even watch it, but I know it's a bunch of bullshit. So, anyway, just thought I'd run this article by you. It's very interesting. Now evidently they're going after Al Jazeera, so this whole Russian hysteria thing's not over yet, evidently. So until they can extinguish every single social media platform that's anything left of center or right, center right, whatever you want to call it, it's just sad. A lot of this stuff, I mean, you know, I mean, it's the government that's doing it. But, you know, the government's obviously doing it, but, you know, they deregulated the media outlets and stuff in the 1990s and Telecommunications Act in 1996 too. So it's, you know, it's a combination of so many different things over the last 3 or 4 decades. Anyway, I'm running out of time. You guys, thanks for the watch. Hit the subscribe button, please, and hit the bell. Don't forget, please. I'm trying to make a few dollars here. I don't care if I make a lot of money, just so I could maybe eat, you know. But I love you guys, man. Anyone that's watching, that you know. Thank you for your support, and you have a terrific weekend. Like I said, a little late, but I have had a bad week, so take care, guys, gents, women. children, anyone watching. Thanks a lot. Adios.